Kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month.
A few moments later. Eventually.
They don't know their clientele. I mean, I've never seen such little sales in this past few days. Thanks, Anheuser-Busch. I may not be able to feed my family coming up here soon.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. What happens when you destroy your brand? Well, the unintended consequences can be really, really painful. Bud Light, of course, went woke. Bud Light's executives and C-suite offices are filled with woke Ivy League grads who hate their customers. But what about the people who actually love their customers? What about this man? This man is a Bud Light distributor. He's a representative for the brand. He stocks shelves in the Carolinas. Anheuser-Busch rep, I've never seen such little sales in the past few days. I can't even feed my family. Bud Light sales rep says purchases have plunged since the trans partnership. So what about these individuals, huh? Bud Light wants to be inclusive. How about including this guy or your paying customers that this guy knows very, very well because it's his business? Listen to this man. It'll crush you. Listening to this individual. This is the real world consequences. Real world revolt from people who work with Bud Light every single day. He may not be able to feed his family.
I work for an affiliate company. I am a merchandiser, and the sole product of the company I work for is Anheuser-Busch products. So with all this canceling going on, I've never seen such little sales in this past few days on these products. And it's sad because when people don't buy this beer, I don't make money and I can't feed my family. So it's kind of heartbreaking, I guess, that Anheuser-Busch did what they did. They don't know their clientele. So it's kind of heartbreaking. Thanks, Anheuser-Busch. I may not be able to feed my family coming up here soon.
What a bunch of jackals, these people. That poor man, he's not making any decisions in New York with Alyssa Heinerscheid, the woke, garbage, Ivy League educated wine mom who made these decisions to destroy this good brand. Look at this reporting from Fox Business. Bud Light suffers bloodbath. Longtime loyal customers revolt. They have some really interesting anecdotes in this article. So they went to bars that serve Bud Light, big bars, and they asked them how Bud Light sales have been doing. Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, headquarters in St. Louis. Even at Fritter's Bar, which is also headquarters in St. Louis, loyal customers are turning off to their hometown brand. Sales of Anheuser-Busch product dropped 30% over the past week. Draft beer, 50%, the owner said. Bud Light's efforts to be inclusive excluded everyone else, including their audience, their customers. Bud Light normally outsells rival Miller Lite in a Braintree brew house in Massachusetts, a sprawling sports bar outside of Boston. Now this week, 80% of Bud Light drinkers ordered something else this week. Brewhouse owner Alex Kersis said 20% who did order Bud Light weren't on social media or hadn't heard about the transgender person pitch, according to this bar owner. They didn't order it again, he said, when patrons told them about Bud Light marketing misfire. One pub in Hell's Kitchen, New York City neighborhood, known for its large vocal gay community, reported that Bud Light sales have dropped 58%, while Bud Light bottle sales are down 70%. Bud Light's decision to dive into the culture wars is a bad decision that defied virtually every rule of brand building and marketing, a national beer industry analyst told Fox Business. He cited nightmare scenario for Bud Light reps in Texas, where the brand has, for years, sponsored large weekly dart leagues, and so on, and so on, and so on. The bar sold only 4 Bud Light bottles this week, instead of selling out keg upon keg upon keg. These reports are wild. Here from the Washington Times. Bud Light sales down after partnership with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney. Bud Light sales have taken a hit. They said Beer Business Daily said that distributors of Anheuser-Busch, the parent company, were witnessing a lag in sales in key markets. By Thursday afternoon, we'd reached out to a handful of Anheuser-Busch distributors who were spooked, particularly in the heartland and the South, about in more rural areas. Beer Business Daily pointed out that it was Easter Sunday, but still the data is not encouraging. Very limited data from a handful of wholesalers. It appears like Bud Light took a volume hit in the markets over the weekend and in rural areas. This stands to reason Bud Light sales plunge as distributors in the heartland and South are spooked. This article covers, of course, our distributor here who spoke about this. Look at this monster. Look at this killer of brands. You are destroying this man's life. He has children. He has a family. You are a cretinous LARPer on TikTok. Look at these distributor numbers. So these are the distributors, wholesalers across the United States. Look at how many of them are located in the South. Look at this in the South, starting right here at this sort of median line here. Look at how many wholesalers are in the South. Look at how much the South is where your drinkers are, Bud Light. 43, 52, 32, 16, 48, 27, 26, all of this in the deep South. Of course, anecdotes from up north. You have 35 distributors up here. Anecdotes from Boston. These monsters. These monsters. Look at this. This is just a random account I found on Twitter. This Twitter account has 500 followers, okay? It's a restaurant owner. Husband, dad, Christian, restaurant owner. I no longer serve Budweiser, Bud Light, or any other Anheuser-Busch products in my cafe. It's a little cafe. Clearly they make like little coffees and drinks. And now he's dumping all of his Bud Light down. Look at that. This is what a grassroots movement looks like. DC Drano over here, Rogan saying that Anheuser-Busch had a $132 billion market cap. That means that's how much money was in Anheuser-Busch. It's now 128. That means that it lost $4 billion in company value. $4 billion. And these scumbag VP of marketing said that fratty, out-of-touch branding was what was the problem. Alyssa Heinerscheid, this person who's never once ordered a Bud Light in her life. Can't find any photos of her drinking a Bud Light. This is as close as you can come to a photo of her drinking Bud Light. This coward. This was her LinkedIn. You can search for her on LinkedIn, on Google, and guess what? Doesn't exist. Deleted her accounts. She had she/her pronouns in her bio. She bragged about being the female first of an iconic brand. First female to lead the largest beer industry in America. How's that going for you? Not great. Because you know what? Distributors around the country are looking around and seeing videos like this.
You man of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Budweiser head of marketing guy. Only you could take a beer and make it
Oh, no.
20 years of amazing ad campaigns, and this is where we end up.
Not gonna buy it.
What the f*** were you thinking?
Check this out. This is the entire giant field of Bud Light cans. I don't know. This must be a distributor somewhere. I don't know how you even get this much Bud Light. These guys have thousands of cans, and they're going over it with a steamroller. Dude, it's like a river of Bud Light flowing. I want you to remember this very painful lesson, ladies and gentlemen. Cancel culture does work. It is important to isolate a brand and let it know that it's not welcome, that it can't just delete women. It can't just insult women. You must be pro-woman. You must be pro-actual woman. You must be pro-values. And more importantly, you should just stay the F out. Let politicians be politicians. Let culture warriors be culture warriors. If you just make beer, then just go make beer. Listen, if Alyssa Heinerscheid wants to be some gender queer research studies postmodern feminism professor at Oberlin College, then she should go apply for that. She went to Harvard. She went to Wharton. She has every degree you could possibly ask for. Rotted her brain. You should go ask for that. But if you're going to be in charge of Bud Light, nobody had any problem with you being in charge of Bud Light, okay? Nobody had any problem. You got hired. No, you didn't hear a blip from this show or anyone else. The fact is you're destroying this man's life. You and your woke trash. You're destroying this man's life. Shame on you. So when you think about buying a Bud Light again, remember this. These people went after this man, his children, his ability to provide for his family. And they didn't have to. Everything was going fine. They're monsters. They're monsters, these people. Don't let them get away with it. Go in. I want $100 billion off the market cap. I want the company to collapse. That's what Tucker Carlson says. Collapse it. And then everyone else will think twice. Every other company will go, crank the brakes. Okay. We're not going to pull a Heinerscheid here and delete our LinkedIns and our careers and our brand and our loyal customers. Customers are always right. Old adage. Still true. Saving America alongside you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Benny. See ya. Thank you for watching. Our channel's here to meme the libs until they cry and then to meme them crying. Their tears, they taste just like sweet, delicious ice cream. Salty, too. We ridicule the establishment and the libs because of you. Your support keeps us going. So if you like what you saw, please punch the subscribe button, click like, and ring the little bell so that you know when we're live. Don't you want to know when we're live? And make sure that you subscribe to our email list just in case the plug gets pulled, as tends to happen. If you want to see more of our videos, click here or here. My name is Benny Johnson. Stay free, base patriots.